So, Dan, what do you think accounts for what you and I both sensed yesterday, which is more confidence than Democrats on the weekend? Is it simply the fact that there weren't any polls released? Why were Democrats more confident yesterday?
I think this is the fight that Democrats have wanted. And, you hear it on here. I hear it from friends, family, people in New York. Yes, inflation, the economy, immigration, safety are important, but they always come back to, but he's crazy. What he says at his rallies, the late night tweets, like a lot of Democrats have wanted to elevate this fight. And I think the campaign, because not only did Kamala Harris say this yesterday, Tim Walz actually drove this same message. So they've come as far as they're going to get, closing the gap on the economy, on inflation, on immigration. Yes, she's going to try to target, Black men with some small policy specifics. But this fight to elevate kind of out of the trees for the whole forest is what I think Democrats have been dying, to hear. And, bringing up the Supreme Court, bringing up abortion. And I also think tactically, this is about those suburban voters that we've heard in focus groups who say, I like Trump's policies, but I really don't like the person. These are people who can kind of afford bacon and the price, that it is today. And they want to really just bring back to the forefront, when you go into the voting booth, do you really want to go back to all of this crazy? And I think Democrats are excited today that they're doing this.
Sean.
I think it was just Columbus Day. They all had a day off, so they were excited. I don't, I mean, I feel like she said one thing yesterday. She is so desperate message wise. We'll see if this sticks, but I think that if we've watched the iteration of what she has said, I mean, who knows what she'll come up with tomorrow. There is a list that is way too long to go through of all of the falsehoods that she told in that speech. I don't even know where to begin with some of it, but the bottom line is, look, I go back to what we said at the beginning. We're 21 days out. She's got one event at 5 o'clock, and it's a taped interview with Charlemagne the God on iHeart. This is not a campaign that looks like it's, if you're the underdog, you're selling that you're out there hustling. She is not doing that. She's throwing out some tidbits. And I think this reeks of desperation. The idea that you've now gone through issues, you shunned Joe Biden when he said he was a threat to democracy as an issue, and now you're back to it because I think they've realized that this is the only thing they have left. We'll see how long it sticks.
Sean,
yeah.
Let me ask you a question. So, is there anything? I know the dominant reaction to this from Trump and Mar-a-Lago will be what yours is. This is desperate. This has been tried. There was nothing unhinged about Trump. She's the one unhinged, blah, blah, blah. Is there any way in which this could win the election, this argument in your mind? Is it possible that this is the winning argument that keeps Trump at 47%?
Sure. Because I think, look, we've always said there's data, right? What is that small group of folks what's that message that's working? My guess is that they have been constantly testing this, and this is the one last thing that at least looks like it moves the needle. I mean, I've got to assume, but also let's remember the context, right? This is one day. Let's see if it sticks around tomorrow and the day after. Like, if we're talking about this on Friday, I think we know for certain that this is something they fundamentally believe in. Or was this a trial balloon to see how the audience reacted? We'll know in a day or two.